I have the Headrush Core multi-effects pedal and I love it, but there are limited number of foot switches and I don't really want to pay to buy the bigger Headrush Prime, and I think it's just too big and bulky. So how do I solve that problem? Well, I'm a cheapskate and I like to solve problems as affordably as possible. That's why I'm excited to share with you the MIDI Pad 2 app for iPhones and iPads, which transforms your device into a portable and highly customizable MIDI Pad controller. You can program in almost an unlimited amount of pads to send signals to your device. One quick caveat regarding Headrush Prime and Core pedals. Even though they have Bluetooth connectivity, they cannot receive MIDI signals over the regular Bluetooth connection. You need some kind of MIDI receiver plugged into the back of the pedal where it says MIDI in. I prefer to use a Bluetooth wireless MIDI receiver, and that's why I love this little thing. It's the X-Vive MD1 Bluetooth MIDI receiver, completely wireless and powered by the MIDI input, so you don't need batteries, doesn't need to be charged. Also very affordable. Links will be below for this. I really appreciate you checking out my video today, and I hope it's helping you. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got tons of videos about guitar, gear, and geeky stuff. And if you like this one, give me a thumbs up so I know what kind of content you like. Let's get back to the video. The last thing you'll need to know for using any kind of MIDI controller, especially a wireless one, is how to set up your pedal to receive signals. If you look at the instruction manual for the Headrush Core and Prime pedals, you'll see that you go into the main settings and you turn on the MIDI and you choose a channel to receive the signals on. In this case, I've chosen channel 1. So all throughout the video, you'll notice I mentioned channel 1. That's because I preset that inside the pedal itself in the settings under MIDI control. Let's take a hands-on look at the MIDI Pad 2 app that I've downloaded on my iPhone. I'm going to show you how it works and how to set it up. But first, let's just look at it and understand what it is. Click on the app and you will see right away it tells me that a Bluetooth device is detected, and that is my Headrush Core. Now, I've already set up this first page, but I want to show you how the app works, then we'll get into what I did to make it work. First, you click on this little gear at the top left of the screen, and that brings up your preferences where you can change how many rows or columns you want on this particular page of controls. Now, I've set it to 3x3 on purpose because I have 8 main rigs that I want to use, and I just won't use the bottom right corner. Now, I have also set up another page, so you'll notice it says tap to switch pages. So I tap on the main rigs right there, and it shows me another page called block controls, which I created earlier. Now, this is a whole different setup. I'm able to change the whole layout of it. Just click on the gear icon. I made this one 5 rows by 3 columns. Here's what's really cool about this. It's extremely simple to set up. I'm going to click on top part and go back to my main rigs page. Now, let me show you how this first top left pad is set up. All right, I have to click on edit to open the edit mode. So as soon as you click on that, it gives you the option to name it whatever you want. Now I can change this to whatever I want to call it, but I'm just going to keep it simple and call it Rig 1. You can change the color of the pad by clicking on any of those colored squares below there. Okay, let's change this one to yellow just for fun. Now here's the magic. I'm clicking on the Done button, and I found that this works much better and only requires one touch at a time to use the pad settings. See on the left there it says pad. If I switch over to toggle, then it doesn't work as efficiently. It has to be pushed once to turn on and then twice to turn off. For this page, I have set up everything to be program changes. I can make them whenever I want. I can do a control change, send a MIDI note. Here's what's cool. Let me show you what I did here. I have my Headrush Core MIDI channel set to 1, and the program message I want to send to the pedal is 1. If I want to change it, all I do is grab the little dot and slide the slider to the side. MIDI goes all the way up to 128. Actually, MIDI starts at 0 usually and goes up to 127. So there's a total of 128 different signals you can send. I have set channel 1 to be the channel I send the message to the board. And then I want program change 1, which is my first rig. All right, let's go back here. Now this view is showing my first rig. I call it Tight Strat MJ. Now watch this. Look at the phone screen on the right and you'll see it's my main rigs page again. Right now we're on rig number 1, which I call Tight Strat. Now watch what happens when I press on rig 2. My acoustic sim comes up. Rig 3. It's a worship patch I have. Rig 4. Rig 5. Rig 6. Rig 7. Rig 8. Here's what's so great about this. I can make this page as big as I want if I want to add all kind of rows, right? And I could say, man, I want every rig I have on the board. I could put them all in there. I don't want to do that, but just showing you that you can. Now let's get back to the 3x3. All right, now check it out. We have my top 8 rigs program. Touch any one of these, it'll switch right away. I love it. It's great. Now, what is the big deal about the second page I have programmed in? Let's take a look at it. I want to click on the top that says main rigs, tap the switch pages. I'm going back to my block controls. On your Headrush Core, Headrush Prime, you have the option of having a certain amount of blocks in your rig, as you can see. Right now this one has 2, 4, 6, 7 across the top, 7 across the bottom. For this case, we're going to toggle on or off each individual block. Okay, now let's program the bottom left pad, which will be pad number 13. Let's set it to turn off and on block 13, which in our case will be the blue parametric EQ near the bottom right of my board. Let's go back to edit mode, click on that button we want to use, and let's change this to block 13. All right, I just type that in. Then I'm going to click done so the keyboard gets out of the way. Channel stays the same. Control number for 13, control number 87, then we have to add 1 because MIDI starts at 0, but our pedal starts at 1. So let's do 88 all the way up to 88. All right. Don't worry about up value, down value. Keep it the trigger type set to pad. Let's go back, click done. Let's watch the parametric EQ. Off, on, off. I'm digging it, man. Okay, now I want to show you something with the looper. This may not be the best way to control all functions of the looper because it's better to use your foot to stop and start. But I just want to show you that you can use it to even control the looper. So let's go into edit mode on the MIDI Pad app. And I'm going to pick pad 1, changing that to looper record. All right. Let's do that. Let's change it to orange. Who cares? Now, we want the control change, so that's good. We'll leave that there. And our control number needs to be 1 higher than looper record, so that would be 71. Nothing else has to change. Keep it the trigger type on pad. Go back, press done. Look at the Headrush Core screen. And notice as I push the looper record button, it starts to record. Push it one more time. It's letting me play it back. And if I Press it again, it's overdubbing. Press it again, it's playing. Overdub, play. Now, what I need to do is configure something to start and stop the looper. So we'll let that keep running, just have some fun. And we will go back to edit mode, click on pad number 2. We're going to change that to looper start and stop, okay? Once again, you can configure these however you want. But I'm going to do this as looper start and stop. Keep it as a pad trigger type. Change this to control change. And looper start and stop is 69, so we need to go one number higher to match what will actually control it. So that'll be number 70. All right, we're all done. Click back, click done. Watch the looper. I stopped it. I started it all with the push of a button. Stop, start. Let's do looper peel. All right, so we're in edit mode. Let's do pad number 3. Let's change that to looper peel. All right, and we're keeping it as pad. Let's pick the light green. Let's pick light blue. And we will change this to control change. And looper peel is 72. We want to go one higher, so we're going to go to 73. There we go. We're all done. Go back, click done. Watch this, ready? I'm going to peel. Let me start the looper first. There's nothing recorded, but it is doing what it's supposed to. Ready? Looper peel. It peeled once, it peeled twice. It's empty. It works. Now what if you say, oh, well, I don't want to go through all that hassle? Well, then use the foot pedal. That's okay. I just used the foot pedal to exit out of there. All right, I want to show you one more thing about this really cool, cheap MIDI app. It's $3, one-time deal. It's incredible. Let's say that every time I turned on rig number 1, I also wanted to shut off the speaker, right? Say I'm going to use this rig with maybe a guitar amplifier, so I don't want my simulated speaker, my IR or whatever, to be on. So what I'll do is I'll do edit mode, go to rig 1. Notice at the bottom it says add new action. I'm going to add this action, and I'm going to change this to control change, and I'm going to toggle on block number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turning off block 7 would be 81. So let's do that. I need to add one to that to match the MIDI. It's 82. All right. Go back. We'll say we're done. Now let's click out of this. Notice right now that my rig speaker is on. Let's come back to rig 1 and see what happens. All right, I had to press it twice, but that might be a cool way to set it up. So look, I could press rig 1, the speaker's on. Press it again, the speaker's off. That might be a really cool way if you are using this live and you don't want to have to erase all your speaker cabs from the Headrush Core, or you don't want to have to turn them off and on. Program it like I did just now. With a simple click of a button, you can have it. You can have the IR or the speaker off, turn it back on. Sweet, baby, sweet. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this convinced you that the affordable $3 MIDI Pad 2 app can be used to really add some incredible functionality to your multi-effects pedal and just about any other piece of MIDI gear. Let me your comments below. Let me know what you think. Tell me if you have any questions, and feel free to contact me at the email mattgmania@gmail.com. That's mattgmania, one word, @gmail.com. I hope to hear from you. Thanks again for watching.